Pentagon about unidentified.
Have you ever seen a clearly visible UFO? Not the kind floating in the sky far away, but this close? Take a look at this video. On top of the hill, there's a big plate-like object. It's almost as tall as a tree.
Wow, this is my first time seeing a UFO this close.
Right. Most UFO videos are blurry and hard to distinguish because they're flying in the sky or far away. But looking at this, you can clearly make out the shape of a UFO. If you look closely, you can even see what looks like windows and a rocket-like propulsion device underneath. Then, at that moment, it flashed and shot up into the sky at incredible speed. Look here at the slow ascent.
It definitely looks like a rocket.
Right. And the person filming this object was so surprised they dropped the camera and started chasing after it. In the end, they caught up to it, but the object was hovering in the air like it was searching for something. It stayed like that for a while, then gradually moved away. Suddenly, in a flash, it disappeared. Let's watch that in slow motion once.
It looks like it's passing through something like the wormhole in Interstellar.
Right. I had the same thought, like it's entering another dimension. Watch this video. Looks like the same object from another angle when it was on the ground before.
What? That's totally an alien. It's small, but definitely an alien.
The scene is blurry, but it definitely seems like a creature not from Earth. The perfect size to board an unidentified craft. Have you ever seen a UFO while riding in a car? Check out this dashcam footage filmed on a highway in China. People have stopped their cars right in the middle of the highway and are all outside.
Did something happen? Like an accident? It looks like they're filming something.
Exactly. They all pulled over, turned on their hazard lights, got out, and started filming the sky in a group. Up there, a black flying saucer-like object is hovering. The dashcam driver also jumped out in surprise. This unidentified flying object floats very slowly in the air, unlike a jet. People seemed really shocked to see it with their own eyes. Typically, when people say UFO, they misunderstand it as a flying object from outer space. But the original English meaning is literally an unidentified flying object. Anything we can't identify. Whether it's a helium balloon, a drone, or even a piece of tissue paper, if it can't be identified, it's a UFO.
Wow, so it might be totally staged footage?
It could be. But I don't think people would pull over in the middle of the highway just to take pictures of some obvious aircraft. Check out this footage from 2019, filmed on top of a mountain. It looks like it's about to land on the ground. This object shows even more detail than the previous video. You can see it's curved, distinguish a cockpit, and even identify something like wings.
Wow, it looks like some advanced spacecraft straight out of Star Wars.
Quiet. Suddenly, some black object descends from the cockpit area down to the top of the mountain, like an alien landing on Earth. In slow motion, you can see a human-sized figure dropping onto the mountaintop.
What? Shouldn't we go check that out?
I'd be scared, but my curiosity would probably get the better of me too. Then it sprays a white fuel-like substance downward, and suddenly whoosh, zooms into the sky at tremendous speed. Even without being an aircraft expert, you can tell that kind of vertical acceleration isn't something humans can do.
That's almost like F1 speed.
How do you even know that, car? It probably looks even faster up close than it does from a distance. Now, this is a shocking scene allegedly leaked from the US Navy. The black and white professional camera footage shows a white flying object in the air. It's so fast the military camera lost track of it a few times. They managed to follow it again, but it was too far away to identify clearly.
What? Maybe it's just someone throwing a frisbee and editing the footage?
Possibly. But the soldiers' reactions are unusual. It's like they're surprised, yet they seem to have seen it before. Have you heard of the UFO incident filmed in Gapyeong County, Gyeonggi Province, on September 4th, 1995? A reporter was originally taking pictures of the rural scenery and an elderly couple threshing sesame seeds. In the second photo, there was a mysterious object in one corner. What's important about this photo is that it was verified by KBS, one of Korea's main broadcasters, and even Kodak headquarters. They concluded there was no manipulation of the photo. Even the Korea UFO Research Association and the French Space Research Center analyzed it. They confirmed it was an unidentified flying object in terms of size and speed. Naturally, the reporter asked the military if there had been any aircraft. The answer was that it was a no-fly zone. After a lengthy debate, major news programs and newspapers reported that a UFO had appeared. Interestingly, it was the first time that recognized UFO experts officially acknowledged a UFO event.
It kind of just looks like a bird to me, though.
That's possible. The head of a forensic video analysis lab even asserted it was a bird on television. Since they used the height of the clouds in a single photo to estimate the size and speed, it wasn't manipulated, but people say the reliability is low. Have you heard of the Forbidden Forest in Harry Potter? Watch this video here. In the Amazon rainforest, there are some kids huddled together, but if you look closely in the back, you can see a bizarre white silhouette of something human-like in the forest. It's only the upper body, but it has a head, neck, chest, and arms. Initially, they thought it was just an optical illusion, but if you watch carefully, the big eyes on its face move toward the camera, as if it's turning its head like a person. And behind it to the right, a portal-like thing appears, shining like a galaxy. You've seen triangular UFOs, like stealth aircraft, a few times, right? Then, how about one like this? This UFO filmed in Russia has a perfect triangular shape. If you zoom in, it's aerodynamically impossible for it to fly. It's so thin there doesn't appear to be any engine or booster underneath. And doesn't its movement look way too smooth? It's like an alien spaceship from the movie Prometheus.
But I don't see a shadow.
Right. That's why many people say it's edited. But who knows? Maybe there's technology that can eliminate shadows.
Then how come UFO videos are always unclear? Isn't there anything clearer?
Watch this. A British guy was filming Norfolk, England, from above with a DJI drone. Suddenly, a white flying object passed below. At that moment, the drone completely lost its signal and returned to base without any control. Later, the owner found that the SD card had recorded the white flying object.
It just looks like another drone passing by. Are you kidding?
I kind of think so too, but isn't England beautiful? Did you know there was an incident in the US where they actually fired anti-aircraft guns at a UFO? A real battle between a UFO and the US military. In the early morning of February 25, 1942, UFOs appeared at 12,000 feet above a bay, about 4 kilometers from downtown Los Angeles. At the time, the US didn't recognize them as UFOs and attacked. It was during World War II Pacific War, and it was the 3rd month since Pearl Harbor was attacked, so they misunderstood it as an enemy fighter. The Army's anti-air artillery fired about 1,400 rounds. From around 3:16 a.m. on the 25th, they kept firing for an entire hour, but the UFOs weren't shot down at all, just stayed in place. In the end, no planes were shot down, and it ended as a fiasco.
Those missiles must have been expensive. What a waste.
It was a waste indeed. Later, they concluded these UFOs were likely just circular lights created by searchlights reflecting off clouds. Unfortunately, 5 people died because of the anti-aircraft fire, 3 died in traffic accidents caused by the chaos, and 2 died of heart attacks triggered by fear. Considering it was wartime, anyone would have been terrified. What's more surprising is that on October 14, 1976, around 6 p.m., a similar incident happened in Korea. The UFOs even entered the airspace over the Blue House, the residence of the president, causing a huge uproar. The Korean military tried to shoot down the craft just like in Los Angeles. Multiple bright-lit craft descended in a half-circle formation at a constant speed. Some say a live radio broadcast took it seriously enough to report it. These craft hovered over Seoul for nearly 2 hours. Similar to Los Angeles, Korea and North Korea were in a semi-war state due to military skirmishes near the border. There was a Soviet pilot defecting to Japan and Chairman Mao's death in China, so tension in Northeast Asia was very high. With the region on edge, several craft descending neatly in formation seemed very likely to be enemy aircraft. Despite multiple warnings, the craft didn't withdraw, so at 6:15 p.m., Anti-aircraft guns opened fire at the UFOs, spraying tracer rounds and crossfire. But even though they were moving at low speed and flying at low altitude, not a single one was shot down. They didn't even try to dodge in the middle of all that fire. Just like in Los Angeles, there was no damage at all.
That's exactly like Los Angeles. So, was this just lights again?
No, this case still remains a mystery. No craft was shot down, and witnesses say the formation was nearly perfect. However, in the process, reckless anti-aircraft fire caused a stray bullet to kill one civilian and injure 31 others. Ultimately, the air traffic controller at Gimpo Airport was fired over this incident.